Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and man, today we have a female wrestler that is just doing so much right now. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to J Rod. Jessica, welcome.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So if my internationally known fans are not familiar with you, and why would they not be? Introduce yourself.
Okay, so I am Jessica Roden. J Rod is my ring name, and I am the ultimate athlete. And I am currently based out of Los Angeles, California. And I'm from Ohio originally, went to school in Alabama, and then came out here to pursue my dream of being a professional wrestler. So now I live in California in hopes to make it to the next level of professional wrestling.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So who trains you?
So my trainer right now is Rikishi in Reno on Hawaii with Knox Pro Academy.
Oh wow. So what kind of advice have both of those gentlemen given you that you've put into your wrestling style as we speak?
Yeah, so the Samoan Dynasty definitely has made a huge impact on my wrestling career, and their advice to just stick with it, never quit, and then fly low. They always make sure to like give that advice to new coming upcoming students because they really think that it's important to implement um, just like that humbleness within just being a wrestler, like going into different locker rooms. Never think that you're above anyone else. If anything, like we're always continuing to learn and grow. So they're just, they give, I still go train there every week. So they give just I don't even know how to like give the type of advice that they give like back. Like they're just one and one and onlys. So they give that insight like just on the spot when you're training and being taught by them. So it's just the psychology aspect of the Samoan dynasty is just insane. So that aspect of learning, and then just the ring, the knowledge that they have with all of their background and years and years and years of experience, they just know what to do and how to do it. So I remain a sponge and just continue to just be the best version of me that I can be.
Awesome. So let's go way back to your very first match. What was your energy like?
Okay, so my first match, super nervous. And I debuted with Knox Pro. So the academy that Reno and Rikishi run, they do kind of like student shows. So I would say it was during the pandemic when I actually had my first, I guess, match that was recorded, but it was on like live Twitch stream, is kind of how we did it at the time. So it was definitely nerve wracking, my first match, but it wasn't until after the pandemic. And I think September of 2021 is when I did my first debut with Knox Pro, but just with at their um, just student showcase type situation. So nothing um, yet on the independent scene. My first independent match was an AEW Dark last summer. So actually, like almost a year ago exactly, I debuted kind of in the independent scene on AEW Dark against Mercedes Martinez. And that match, I mean, honestly, like I'm glad that's documented to look back on because I learned a lot. I can so tell I was nervous. So I had an opportunity recently within the last couple months to do another show with them. So I definitely felt more confident and more prepared this last time around. But my first match, independent scene, was, recorded and and put out there on AEW Dark. So that's kind of cool.
So what I know we mentioned your first match, but what was it like to debut like on like AEW Dark for after like doing that? Like what was that like?
Oh, that was insane. Honestly, I was so nervous. My gear at the time, I was in the process of getting gear made, so I had some like relatively like decent gear, but it was like solid black, like nothing too crazy. So it was just one of those things. I was as prepared as I could have been for that time, but just as the time went on, I continued to get matches under my belt and experience, and that's just how you learn and grow in the business. So with it being my first one, you just learn a lot by, I guess, doing.
That's always the most important thing. You learn on your feet. And if you fall and hit your face, then you know not to do that again. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So for you, what is like your normal week of a show like? Like your schedule? What is it normally like?
Okay, so my schedule is actually insane. I Monday nights, I have a full time job, a business degree, marketing from the University of Alabama. So I have a full time sales position with a physical therapy company out here in California. So I work 9 to 5 typically, and then from 6 to 10 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm training. And then Friday, Saturday, and some Sundays, I typically have like shows booked. So the only nights I really have off are Monday nights and some like Sundays if I don't have a booking that day.
Mm. So
And
what
then
is your gym schedule like? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna include that too. So I do find time for the gym, whether it be in the mornings before my work day or in between training and work and training. So sometimes, on those days that I may not have a booking or can get off work a little early due to like a work event or something like that, I can find more time at the gym. But I do definitely at least allow myself 45 minutes to an hour every day. I give myself one rest day, but yeah, pretty much consistently in the gym about 45 minutes a day.
Mm. So what is your main workout that you work on the most out of all of them?
So I consider myself a bodybuilder. I've been trained by bodybuilders. I have like kind of the nutrition dieting for like bodybuilding and that sort of thing, the protein shakes, the 5 meals a day, that sort of thing. So mostly just protein, greens and grains. But as far as that workout in the gym, a bodybuilder's workout. So I choose like the type of work, what body part I'm working out that day, whether it be arms, back, chest, legs. And then I always top it off with abs, core. So if it's a leg day, I'll still finish with core. If it's an arm day, I'll still finish with core. So I just make sure each day of the week, I at least hit like one of those body parts. So that way, by the end of the week, I will have hit, my entire body at that point.
So what is your go-to like snack when you're on the road? What is your go-to like is it chain restaurants or is it local restaurants you get after before and after a show?
So I don't know because I'm considered a foodie. Um, and especially if I'm at a show, I like to, wherever I'm at, like whether it be Vegas, I like follow like Vegas foodie accounts and stuff like that. So I do follow up and maintain a good like nutritional diet, but on those like show days and different days that I allow myself 1 or 2 cheat meals a week. I've kind of gotten to the point of maintenance. So I'm trying to bulk up and sometimes it's okay to eat those cheat meals. So it depends on the day you're asking me, but for snacks, I'm a huge car snacks type of person, so I'll have like plenty of stuff in my car for snacking. But I really like nuts and fruits and stuff like that as just like my go-to like nutritional snack. And then of course, like if I do go through a drive-through, it's Chick-fil-A or Luna Grill, which is a healthy alternative
Ooh.
Mediterranean out here. So it's like chicken kebabs, Euro meat, you have rice and salad, stuff like that. So it's like just kind of when you do eat out, it's trying to pick like the healthier options. But then, hey, I allow myself some sushi, pizza. You know, if I'm at a ball game, I want to get a hot dog. You know, so I like to enjoy myself, and I think that's actually key is to enjoy like that those like as long as you're consistent and just enjoy like what like you're eating too. You shouldn't stress about your diet because then that can help hold on weight and stress and stuff as well.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you guys do all this stuff for us fans to watch. So, like, with your career so far, who who has been on your dream list since you started? Indies or Forbidden Door style? Like, who is on
Yeah.
your wish list to get in the ring with?
Honestly, like I'm an aim high, like coming into this, like I see the people on TV and I'm like, that's who I want to go against. So like Raquel Gonzalez with WWE, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, like the Four Horsemen, I'm all down to go in there. Even like the NXT girls, that's where, I want to be. So I see myself facing like the Tiffany Strattons and the girls like coming up in the WWE side of things. AEW, like I really think that me and Jade Cargill would have a good match. Some of the like I just want like the bigger girls, Rhea Ripley, the top dogs of the industry in the women's division. I'm down. I want those dream matches.
So, my last question for you: if there was a young boy, male or female, that wanted to get in the wrestling business and they just didn't know what to do, what kind of advice would you give them?
So when I first moved to California, I knew I wanted to pursue wrestling, and I made the drive from San Diego to LA to train at Rikishi's school. So that was a 3 to 4 hour drive each day on top of a work day. So I do think that it's worth it to find a good school. And I mean, if you want to be successful in anything, you need to make those sacrifices. So whether it be kind of moving temporarily to a city that has a school that has that reputation, that good reputation, coming from a good school will definitely be a really good start and headway into the industry, and then you can kind of learn more from there and kind of go into different schools and then learn from like different people along the way. But I definitely recommend finding a good reputable school and starting there.
Thank J Rod. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for coming on the podcast. Um, so if before we go, if my fans would like to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at JSRODEN, and then my Twitter is JRodUA Pro Wrestle. And then also you can find me on the new what's the new Instagram, Twitter
Tangled or whatever it's called.
thread. You can find me on Threads. I believe it's the same as my Instagram, so at JS Roden. But mostly I'm on Instagram. You can find me Jessica Roden on Facebook, but I'm looking to make like a more just J Rod only Instagram page to help inform the fans on what upcoming matches and stuff like that. But for sure, I post all of that on Instagram.
Awesome. If anybody wants to buy any merch from you, do you have anywhere they could pick something up?
Yeah, so I recommend right now just message me on any of those platforms, and I can kind of link you in the way to get some merch and different things like that. But I will be setting up a storefront on my Instagram, so then you can order directly from there. But right now, just kind of message me, tell me you're interested, and I can send you details on how to like get things to you and stuff like that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, J Rod. I'm Joe Panther the Third.
And I'm J Rod.
And we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good to